Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're breaking down a tense 48-hour countdown that has pushed the entire Middle East right to the edge of war. It's a situation that has escalated with incredible speed, and we're going to walk you through exactly how we got here.
Okay, let's just dive right in. This is the countdown that has basically put the world on edge, a 48-hour clock, ticking away against a backdrop of military strikes and total economic chaos. So the question is, what does it all mean, and where is this headed? And this warning, wow, it comes straight from former President Donald Trump, who posted it on his Truth Social platform. This message came with a direct ultimatum to Iran's leaders, with a deadline of April 6th. So what's the demand? Get to the negotiating table for a comprehensive deal. And that likely means everything from their nuclear program to their influence in the region, or, face some really devastating consequences.
So, how did we even get to this point? What was the spark that lit this fuse? Well, the whole crisis was kicked off by a series of heavy airstrikes that hit deep inside Iran, targeting the absolute heart of its national infrastructure.
And let's be clear, this was not some random act. Intelligence reports confirmed it was a very coordinated operation carried out by the Israeli Air Force, but with the support of U.S. intelligence. The objective here wasn't just military, it was economic. It was aimed squarely at crippling Iran's vital energy sector.
And when you look at what they hit, you really start to see the strategy. We're talking major petrochemical plants, oil refineries, and power stations. I mean, these are the engines of Iran's economy, what funds all their operations. The strikes even hit a cement factory, commercial sites, and maybe the most alarming part, locations that were reportedly near the Bushehr nuclear power plant.
Right? An attack of this size was never going to stay in one place. The conflict almost immediately started spilling across borders, setting off this rapid and really dangerous chain reaction across the entire region.
And this shows you that domino effect perfectly. So first, you have the Israeli strike. Then Iran retaliates, and they do it quickly. They launch drones and missiles at oil facilities in Kuwait's Al-Shuaik complex, which instantly pulled another country right into the middle of this.
The consequences then became tragically real for neighboring countries. An Iraqi civilian was killed in an airstrike near the border, which forced Iraq to shut down the vital Shalom-Che crossing. It just goes to show you how quickly the human and economic costs can start piling up for everyone.
And then, things got even more serious. We got confirmation that a U.S. fighter jet is down inside Iranian territory. This just adds an incredibly volatile, whole new dimension to the crisis. Now you have this intense search for the American pilot reportedly underway by both sides.
So as you can imagine, this spiraling conflict immediately sent shockwaves around the world, and it hit two of the most sensitive areas you can think of: nuclear safety and the global economy.
With those strikes landing so close to the Bushehr facility, Iran's foreign minister came out and issued a grave and very clear warning about the potential for a catastrophe that would be far worse than the war itself.
This is the absolute nightmare scenario. A radioactive leak doesn't respect borders. The warning made it crystal clear that the consequences of a miscalculation or a direct hit on one of these facilities wouldn't just be an Iranian problem, it would be a catastrophic environmental disaster for the entire Gulf region. So, as these nuclear fears were growing, the global markets started to completely panic. The news triggered this historic, immediate price jump for both oil and gold, as investors, fled to the safety of commodities to get away from the turmoil.
But here's the crucial point. The market panic isn't just about the strikes that have already happened, it's about the threat of what Iran might do next. They have repeatedly threatened to close vital shipping lanes like the Strait of Hormuz. That's a choke point where about a fifth of the world's entire oil supply passes through every single day. The threat alone is enough to send the global economy into a tailspin.
And that brings us right back to where we started, the 48-hour ultimatum. With military, nuclear, and economic tensions all at a fever pitch, the clock is ticking down to a really critical moment of decision.
This slide really lays out the fundamental standoff. On one side, you've got the U.S. demanding negotiations, demanding a complete stop to all hostile actions. And on the other side, Iran is responding not with diplomacy, but with more force, retaliatory strikes, and threats of even more escalation. It is a classic standoff with incredibly high stakes.
So as that April 6th deadline looms, this is really the only question that matters. It's the one that leaders in Tehran, in Tel Aviv, and in Washington are all grappling with. Every hour that passes brings the world closer to an answer that could either pull the region back from the brink or push it right over the edge.